Hey, hello my dear YouTube friends. How are you doing today? Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Mia. I live in Denmark with my husband and 4 cats. And I hope you'll consider subscribing. There's a subscribe button right down there. Next to it, you will find a bell. If you ding that bell and choose all, you'll be notified whenever I put up a new video. And if you're back, hi friends, welcome back. I hope you will enjoy this Wip Chat as this video will be. I'm sorry it's a little late. I was way too tired yesterday. I had a busy Monday. So yeah, I slept a lot of the day away. So yeah, but you get this Wip Chat today instead. Sorry, I just missed a symbol there. So this is a Wip Chat. In case you don't know what a Wip Chat is, WIP, W-I-P, stands for work in progress. And this is my work in progress. Chat means I'm going to chat your ears off for a while. So a Wip Chat you can treat like a podcast. You can listen to it. You can look at it. You can work on your own whip, whether that be a diamond painting like this one. You can knit, you can crochet, you can cross stitch. You can basically do whatever you want. You can even take a walk while listening to my ramblings. You can do groceries. You can, drive your car, whatever you want to. So let me tell you about this canvas. It is called The Boy Who Lived. It's from Diamond Art Club. This is a 56 by 79 centimeters. And look at it. Where am I? I am around here, I think, just under the scarf. You can see the bottom of his scarf right here. So yeah, that is where I am at. This canvas was a gift from Meredith Mary Making and More, Mary's Crafting. I can't remember her channel name right now. Her Etsy shop is called Mary Making and More. And the YouTube is Mary Making Craft. I'm sorry, Mary. My memory is horrible. But yeah, this was a gift from her. And what else? I have my Bella de Nicole tray here. I have my Enabler's Outpost pen, the amethyst one. I love this one. And then I have my little pewter trash tray. I don't really have a lot of trash in this one. I'm pleasantly surprised. What else? I use my Elizabeth Ward containers, knockoff, whatever you want to call them, for my drills. Well, I have my drills in these Elizabeth Ward containers. And I have my trusty Diamond Art Club tweezers. I use these to place my drills when I checkerboard like I'm doing right here. And, well, I have my coffee here. So in my pen, I have Glue Dot in this Diamond Art Club single placer, and I have my own homemade putty in this Diamond Art Club free placer. And then I think we have all of it. So let's get into it. How are you guys doing today? Please let me know down in the comment field. I would love to know how you're doing. That means, you're my friends. So it means a lot to me to know how you're doing. Me, myself, well, this isn't anything new to you who's been here for a while, but I'm tired, I'm fatigued. But other than that, I'm good. I'm actually pretty happy today. I went to the doctor's office to talk to the nurse about all the blood tests I got done last week. And everything is fine. Everything is fine. She's very happy. Even my ALT is normal, which it hasn't been for, I can't even remember when. I mean, I think it has always been a little elevated. Maybe due to all the medications I've gotten over the years. I don't know. It's normal, and I'm not sure I can grasp that right now. um, yeah, then I had to take, my blood pressure for 3 days, and I did that, and she was very happy with that too. So, yeah. And she was quite proud of me for being weaned out of my methadone. She told me, like, yeah, you told me earlier that you were scared out of your mind, that you didn't think that you would ever be able to. And I told her, you know what? When the pain doctor at the pain clinic told me that this is what he wanted, I was scared out of my mind. I was terrified. But yeah, I did it, and I did it in 4 months. She was very, very happy and asked, so what now? Because I can't see any, pain medication, any morphine, anything in your medical list. And I told her, well, right now they gave me this antidepressant, so that is working meh right now, but they're going to try this LDN. And she was like, oh, that's interesting. I can't wait to hear about that. So, yeah, that was a good doctor's visit, even though it wasn't the doctor I was talking to, but my nurse. Everybody at my doctor's office is, they try to put you in with the same doctor, and they try to put you in with the same nurse every time, so that, they know your case. So that is good. So, she's been my nurse for, I don't know, a few years by now. Maybe even longer. When did they open up this clinic? 18 or 19, I can't remember. And I've been there from day one. So yeah, she knows me and all my little quirks. Other than that, this day has been quite uneventful. David had to leave a little earlier today because he and his co-workers went to a meeting before going to work, and they're having dinner out there, late lunch, whatever you want to call it. So, yeah, he left early, and me and the kitties are home alone, so I was like, okay, let's get this Wip Chat going. But yeah, yesterday was quite uneventful. Like I said, I was tired. I did talk a little to Angie, and then I diamond painted a little, and then I slept a lot. But yeah, Monday was busy. That's why I was so tired yesterday. So I picked up Rosa at 2:30 as always, and then we went here. We played a lot with all of her play food, and then we left a little early because she had been talking about going to the playground before gymnastics for, I don't know, a long time. And yesterday the weather was not yesterday, Monday, the weather was fine. It was dry and the sun was out a little. So, I told her, when Uncle leaves for work, we get your diapers changed and then we go. So we went down to the playground by the gymnastics, and when we got there, she wasn't really into playing at all. So I asked her, what do you want to do then? She just wanted to go into the dressing room and wait. We were like, I don't know, 10 minutes early or something, 15 minutes early. So we went in and chatted a little. She got some chocolate. Usually before at our old gymnastics club, she would get some chocolate after gymnastics. But at the new place, they get some fruit after. So, I mean, she shouldn't have both fruit and chocolate when she's supposed to go home and eat dinner, right? So she haven't had chocolate for, well, since she started down there. So she got some chocolate and we chatted a little, and then some of the trainers came and like, oh, hi, Rosa, it's been a while. We're like, yeah, well, she's been sick and I was sick, and then it was the fall vacation. But here we are again. So, and then when the other kids showed up and it was time to go in and do their thing, she was, and the trainers, smiled at this to go like, Auntie, you just sit here and knit. I was like, okay. It's supposed to be that the parents shouldn't be in the gym anymore, but a lot of them are. I don't know what are they gonna do when they. I don't know. I mean, they aren't little kids. They're 3 and 4 years old. I mean, they should be able to do the gymnastics on their own. At least I think so. Anyway, Rosa was just out a few times because she was thirsty. So, yeah. And then we were done. We drove home to my brother, her dad, and we chatted a little while Rosa had her dinner. I was I was going to my knitting club at 7, and I was bringing Rosa home just around 6, so I had about an hour to kill. So I was just, talking to Rosa and talking to my brother, and yeah, just chatting a little. Got some soda. Oh, I forgot what happened yesterday. I will tell you that in a second. So I went to my knitting club and it was great. I was a little hungry because since we left at 4, I didn't have anything to eat. I didn't have any dinner, but we always get coffee, which is some sort of bread and then coffee. So I was like, yeah, that'll do. And we always have fruit before then, fruit and nuts or something like that. So I was munching on some melon and some nuts until the coffee time. And we were just chit-chatting, and I was knitting on a cloth because the sweater that I'm doing for Rosa is way too complicated to bring when you're also talking. So, yeah. I was home at around 11 p.m. That meant I was out of the house for a long time, 7 hours, and I was pooped in my head when I came home because 7 hours is a long time to be away from home. Plus, I had also had Rosa before that. But I love it, I will do it every day if I had to. I just know that I'll be tired. So yeah. So about yesterday, I forgot this. Well, I didn't forget it. I just didn't remember it. So yesterday, well, Monday evening before I left, I was like, so have our parents been asking about the Christmas party? Because it's almost 2 weeks ago now, the David is a member of a union, and this union covers different trades. Both the cleaning ladies and truck drivers like David, they cover a wide range of trades. So every year this union has a Christmas party. And a few weeks ago, the magazine that they send out to the union members had an ad for this year's Christmas party. And David and I were talking about, oh, wouldn't it be fun to take Rosa to this Christmas party? I know my parents had been taking her for a few years, so I was like, well, maybe it'll be fun if we would take her this year. And I mean, my brother could always say no if he wanted to let my parents take her. But I wrote him and I was like, so we just got the ad for the Christmas party in the union. It's called 3F, this union. So we were like, so could we take her? And almost immediately he was like, yes. It's like, cool. So that was about 2 weeks ago. Then Monday evening, I asked, have our parents said anything, or have you heard anything? And it was like, no, I haven't. And I was like, I wonder what our mom is gonna say when they ask. And he was like, well, maybe you could go together. And I'm like, yeah, well, let's see. I mean, I wasn't thrilled, but I will do anything for Rosa, right? So yesterday, my brother sent me some screenshots. The first one was of my mom writing to my brother asking if Grandma and Grandpa could take Rosa to this Christmas party. And my brother answering, Mia and David asked about 2 weeks ago, and I said yes to them, but maybe you can, go together. And my mom was like, no, first it was like we asked and got a yes. And then my mom was like complaining that, well, and they couldn't go last year. I don't know why. I haven't asked my brother. And blah, blah, blah. And then my brother was like, yeah, well, maybe you could contact Mia and David. I'm sure that, you could all go together. And my mom was like, well, no, thank you. They don't have any interest in us. And I was like, wrote to my brother, I think that goes both ways. I mean, my mom, which is basically the ruler of the house down there, haven't had any, and I mean any interest in David and I since Rosa was born. And I was like, you know what, if they really wanted to go, oh yeah, and then my mom said we both know who Rosa would prefer. So I was like, yeah, up until now, Rosa prefers her grandma. Anyway, so I was like, you know what? If they really wanted to come, they would be welcome, because I would never, and I mean never, do anything that would hurt Rosa's joy on a day like that. I mean, I can play nice, I can be civil, if that means that Rosa is having a great day. So I'm like, I would never do anything to spoil her day. So I mean, and my brother was like, yeah, well, the question is if our mom can. And I mean, I don't know. If you've been here a while, I've told you about her a few times. So, but the result is they're not coming, and they're kind of, I don't know, upset, angry that David and I have asked. I was kind of expecting her to call me yesterday and yell at me, even though, I haven't been talking to her since, when was the last time I saw her? Easter, I think, around Easter. So yeah, it's been a while. But then again, I never hear from her. I only hear from her I only heard from her when she needed us to do something, or if it was something with Rosa. I haven't had her call in, I don't know, years by now, just to talk to me, She contacts us if she needs something done, or if she have to because something's happened. When my dad passed out and they thought he had a bleed in his brain, and it turned out he had that tumor, which is removed and everything now, and it was benign. That's when she's contacting us. And even back then, she was contemplating not telling us. And she have something happen to my dad that she didn't tell me or tell us. So I'm like, you know what? Why would I tell you stuff or call you show an interest in you if you don't show any interest in us? And she was I had one of my moles removed from my back last year. It's a big one. I've had it all my life, and I had it removed because it was I felt like a knife was stabbed at that place every now and then. So I had it removed, and nothing was wrong with it. Of course, they checked it because what I was telling them about that stab feeling. But my mom's sister knew about it, of course, and told my mother, oh, and Mia's doing so well after she had her mold removed. And my mom was like, I didn't know that. And I was like, you know what? I've written it on my Facebook. I mean, that just tells me that she isn't following along. So I was like, yeah, well, why would I tell her anything when she's not telling me anything? But yeah, that's the drama of this week. So yeah, that was Monday, Tuesday, and today. Sunday was also a busy day, which was basically why I think, well, another reason why I was tired yesterday, because Sunday in our owners association out here, we had pumpkin carving day for the kids. That we have made an invitation and said that they should pay for the pumpkin to this number, and then we would know how many pumpkins to buy. And yeah, there were 19 kids. That is a lot of kids. And they were supposed to be there at 2. So the board of the owners association met up at around 1, put everything, together, put up the chairs and found the pumpkins, and we had coffee and hot chocolate, cake. That was ready for when the kids showed up, and we had borrowed the storage of a local grocery store. It's a small one, and everybody here supports it, so that's good. So we had gotten permission to use this storage because the weather wasn't very well. We had a big storm last week in Denmark. I'm going to talk about that too. So we were unsure how the weather would be on that Sunday. So we had contacted them and asked, would it be possible to use that storage? They have always said, if something comes up, you can always ask. So we asked, and they said yes. So we were up there. We did find out that being inside with 19 kids from age 3 and up was very loud. My poor head was throbbing at the end. So yeah, but it was a good day. The kids had a lot of fun, and yeah, it was fun. I was so tired in my head when I came home, but it was in a good way because the kids had fun, and yeah, it's kind of a tradition now. We did it last year and then this year, and everybody is like, oh, we hope you do this next year. And we're like, yeah, sure. I mean, it's popular. So we will do that again next year. Then I came home and I took a nap to be ready for my live on Sunday evening, midday American time, but evening here. And it was a weird live. Hardly anybody was there, but it was, it was cozy. And the ones that were there, we really did chat, and, it was a good live, even though we weren't that many. So yeah. And after that, I diamond painted a little, and David was gaming. Saturday. What did we do Saturday? What were we doing Saturday? I can't remember. I need to drink my coffee while it's still hot. What were we doing Saturday? Oh yeah, Saturday wasn't the big, we're going to do a lot of stuff. But I was cooking chili con carne because then we would have food for a few days. Well, more than a few days. I still have some leftovers. So that we had easy food on Sunday when I came home and before the live. And also I was baking for the pumpkin carving event. So that's basically what I did on Saturday. And then in the evening, I was diamond painting and watching Supernatural. And I was, talking to David and the kitties and everything. Friday, we were out shopping, grocery shopping for the weekend. And anything else? Did we do anything else on that Friday? Hang on, I need to check my calendar. Bum, let's see. What does my calendar say? Nope. Oh, hang on. No. So Friday was kind of uneventful as well. Thursday. I mean, I didn't have a lot of stuff happening last week because I knew we were going to have that event. But Thursday and Friday, we had that big storm in Denmark. This is our first fall storm. I hope we don't get any others, but the fall in Denmark is usually where we have storms. It was quite violent, really. David and I were talking about, I think Friday night when he was home from work, that we kind of wondered why they didn't name this storm. Because usually people are like, oh, we needed to name these storms. And this one was basically worse than the other ones we had the previous years. I mean, I was worried, how many tiles our house would lose if the flagpole next door would fall over into our house, if our Halloween decorations outside would survive. And, and it was raining crazy, and our house was creaking, and the cats were out of sorts, It was just, it was wow. And that was it all day, Thursday and Friday. They had been talking about it maybe also lasting until Saturday evening or Saturday midday. But it didn't. When we woke up Saturday, everything was kind of silent. I mean, compared to the last 2 days before, I was like, hang on, is it supposed to be this silent? But it was just, there was no wind. Well, a little wind, but nothing violent. So it was nice and easy, and we were out shopping there Saturday. What else? What else? Sorry. Then we are back to last Wednesday where I had my last Wip Chat. So yeah. That's basically what have been happening, going on the last week. And I can't believe I remembered all of it. But yeah. What about, well, this week is going to be interesting because Saturday, David and I are going to a concert with one of my favorite singer. He's called Timmy Schou. He's called in the US. He's an amazing singer. He used to be in a very popular, they won the European music competition or something years ago. They were called a friend in London, and he was the front singer, and he is the most kind person. So he went solo years ago by now, and he is making this. I will link his Spotify down below so you can listen to him. He sings in English because he travels basically more or less in all of Europe and America. And I really, really like his songs. So he's going to be here in our town Saturday. So of course we got tickets. And I know David likes his music as well. He isn't, woohoo like me. Which I'm not like you, who I just really, really like his music, and I like him as a person. He's super kind. And he's happy when people show up, and when I told him, that we were coming, he was like, yay, I'm so happy. And I was like, yeah, well, I just hope maybe that one day my favorite song will be on the set list, because I know it isn't one of the songs that you play very much. And he was like, which one is it? And he has a song called Try that I really, really like. Well, I like most of his songs, but this one is just my favorite. So he was like, oh, well, if you promise to really cheer, I will sing it. I'm like, that's a deal, done deal. So I hope he remembers that, to put that on the set list. Otherwise, I'm just going to sit there the entire evening, not saying a peep. No, I'm not. That's just what I told him. So yeah, and then we're going to go out to have dinner before. The concert begins at 9 p.m. The doors open at 8:30 p.m., which is when I would like to be there so I can get a good seat. Well, if they have seats, I don't even know. Maybe it's a stand-up concert. I don't know. We'll have to see. But I want to have a good view. So yeah, that's what we're going to do Saturday. And then he's going to be in the next town over in November. So I was like, yeah, well, maybe I'll stop by that concert as well, buy tickets to it. And I was like, yeah. And Tim was like, yeah, you should absolutely do that. I was like, yeah, I have to take advantage when he's here more than once in, I don't know, a year. He's busy. So that would be 2 shows with him in a month, which is really, really cool. I hope one day. He likes to do this little, he's calling them living room concerts. And one day I would really like it if we could do it here. I just need to find people, that would want to attend. Because it isn't free. You do pay him to come to your house and play. But it'll be a lot of fun. So yeah. But I can't wait for that concert on Saturday. And I have been playing his music, even though I know it by heart, but I have been playing some of his new music because he is releasing a new EP this in a few weeks, I think. I can't remember exactly. But he's releasing new music, and he's going to play the entire new album on Saturday. He have released 3 singles so far. So, and I like those. They are about the heartbreak of his divorce. He divorced earlier this year. So yeah. So you can listen to those on his Spotify if you want. And I hope if you listen to some of his music, please let me know how you like it. I would really, really love to know that. Since he's my favorite singer. My favorite band, of course, is still New Kids on the Block, which they are releasing new music as well. Sorry. Well, not really new music. They are doing the blog Revisited because around this time, 15 years ago, they did their comeback and released their album, The Blog. So they're kind of revisiting that album, doing some remixes of some of the songs. I have heard one of the remixes yesterday, the second one that fans listened to before the album, and that one I'm not really impressed by. It's kind of like I don't know. Like, do you remember the old vinyls and when they were playing and it would kind of, go get stuck in a specific place on the vinyl? It's kind of like that. And I don't think any of the fans that were commenting on that post were happy. None of them. And I mean, everybody was like, if this is the entire album, what it's going to be like, I'm not going to buy it. So, yeah. But I heard an interview yesterday with Jordan and Donnie, and it doesn't sound like it's the entire album. So I hopefully, and I hope it'll be on Spotify so I can listen to it, because if I decide not to buy this album, it will be the first album that I didn't buy. And I'm not sure my heart can take that. I mean, I've been a fan for, I don't know, a gazillion years by now, since 89. 1989. That is a long time, right? I forgot some other symbols over here. So, I would be kind of sad if they would release an album I didn't like at all. And I was contemplating, well, then I might just have to buy it and not listen to it. Which, on the other hand, is kind of stupid, right? But I couldn't, my mind couldn't wrap itself around not buying that album. So, yeah. But it sounds like there will be both new music and stuff on it, so I'm not too scared. Sorry. Oh, I'm so over this yawning by now. Oh. Which one was that? That was the dark one. There you go. So this square is kind of funny. When I've added this color, that is the last color of this square. And that kind of means that this square only have 5 colors in it. Isn't that crazy? Compared to some of the others where I had almost 40. That is so crazy. But yeah, that's just, sometimes that's how a canvas works. Because right now I'm working on his rope, his wizard rope. And that one is just a whole lot of brown and a little black. So, I mean, it makes sense that it's just a few colors. Yeah, hang on. Go up there. Thank you. Have you ever, if you're diamond painting, have you ever tried, your diamond painting, and if you're checkerboarding like I am right now, then when you're done, you're like, I forgot a symbol here and there, so it isn't checkerboarded correctly. I've been, getting that a few times now. And I'm like, how can I forget? I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting old. That might be the case. I'm getting old and forgetful. What is it that Berta is saying? It's called CRS. CRS. I'm having CRS, which stands for can't remember shit. I love that. Sorry if I'm, if some people don't like me say that word. And sorry if your kids were hearing it. I should have made a disclaimer to put headphones on or don't let your kids hear this. I kind of forgot that, sorry. Oh, and I just got my package from Diamond Art Club today. I wasn't supposed to buy anything. I wasn't, and I was doing so good. And then they showed the preview of Threads of the Universe. I don't know if you saw that one. The Scott Howden one where he's with a woman that has yarn in her hair and she's knitting a universe or a nebula, whatever. And sorry. The thing is, I have been waiting for this canvas since August of last year. Coffee time. So I've been waiting and waiting and waiting. And I've been like, you know what? It's just not going to be here. Maybe for Black Friday or something. And then they previewed it on Friday. And I sent the picture to David and I'm like, this is not fair. I mean, I'm not supposed to buy diamond paintings. And then they do this. That's not okay. And he was kind of like chuckling a little. And he was like, well, why don't you just buy it? And I'm absolutely going to buy it. I've been waiting for this one more than a year by now. I'm just saying that it isn't fair because I'm not supposed to buy diamond paintings. I mean, I'm supposed to be doing some of the ones that I have. And he was like, well, it isn't about the thing that I can't buy it, because absolutely I can. It's about the fact that I'm not supposed to. So yeah, I of course got it. And then my finger slipped, and I got Harvest Witch as well, just because I love the colors. I mean, if I am supposed to buy something, then yeah, and I did use my points. So I didn't pay a whole lot. By the way, have any of you noticed that this slide on Diamond Art Club's website has disappeared? When you're going to buy your kits or whatever, before there was this slide so you can choose how many points you wanted to use to pay for your purchase. That one has disappeared. Now you can only go into the what's it called? Where you can see, what tier you're in and how many points you have and stuff like that. And then you can purchase these codes or whatever for how many points you want to use or to purchase from. And so I had to buy a $150 gift card to use for myself. But I really wanted to, use not all of my points, but most of my points to purchase the entire, to pay for the entire purchase, which would have been $190. So I did have to pay a little, and then shipping, of course. But I was like, that is not fair. I wanted to pay all of it with my points. So I might have to ask Diamond Art Club why that slide has disappeared. But have you noticed that too? Because I tried both on my phone and on my computer, and it was just poof. But I got Threads of the Universe. It sold out that Saturday, but then later it was back in stock, and I'm not sure how that happened. So let me get back to diamond painting. I was just in talking mode here. So I don't get it how it can be sold out and then be back in stock less than, I don't know, a day later. But I got it. The thing is, she's too small. And she is. I saw the, what do you call it? First look from Emeralds and Fairy Lights, since they didn't get it to make a sneak peek of it. So I watched that video, was it yesterday? And I even said it when they previewed it on Diamond Art Club's Facebook page. I said it's too small. And I know that a lot of people want smaller kits, but this really needed to be bigger. In order to get all the details, and I got it because I love the image. But yeah, it should have been bigger. It really should have. Some of the details are not all there, And I don't know, maybe I'm just expecting too much. I don't know. But this image is so stunning that it deserved, a size that could fit in all the details. But for some reason, they have started to make the canvases smaller. I even saw they're going to release a bunch of Christmas canvases this coming weekend. And one of them is so detail heavy. I was like, this one needs to be really, really big in order to get all those details in. And the width of it is less than 100. And I was like, how can you get all that detail in less than 100 centimeters? I mean, I would have expected it to be at least 120 or so. But that's what happens when people want smaller canvases. And I mean, they do get in the details, but it's just, I don't know. I don't have the word to explain it. It kind of looks cartoonish. I don't know. Sorry for the drinking sounds. I just needed to get the rest of my coffee before it got all cold. It was getting very, very lukewarm. I don't know what you'd say. But there wasn't a whole lot of warm left in it, so I just needed to get it down. So yeah. What else? What else can I rant about? I don't know. So are you getting any of the new... Did you get any of the new releases this past Saturday? Or are you planning to get any of the Christmas ones? I'm not getting any Christmas ones. Mainly because I'm not really a Christmas person. Due to a lot of trauma from my childhood. I like Christmas now because of Rosa. I will do my very, very best to make sure she has amazing Christmases and that she's going to have all the best memories so she doesn't end up like me hating Christmas. I mean, I can't hate them when I'm with Rosa because she just lights up everything. But I just don't have a lot of pleasant memories from my childhood Christmases. I know David's families have been trying, very hard to make me like their Christmases. And they have been wonderful. I have been enjoying having Christmases with my in-laws. It's just very different from from the Christmases we had when I was a child. I mean, their Christmas evenings, we celebrate Christmas on the 24th here in Denmark. Their Christmas is the entire evening, you know. Usually people will show up at around, well, it used to be like this in the beginning of our relationship. It changed over the years, but in the beginning we would meet up at around 4:30, and we would all help each other, you know, getting the dinner ready. People would come. We would conquer and divide the food. So some came with one dish and some came with another dish, you know, so that not one person had to do everything. It hasn't always been like that. But as David's mom and dad and his aunt and uncle got older, we were like, yeah, you have to delegate. I mean, we can do it. So it ended up with, and it's the same with Christmas evenings, you know. It has always been with either David's parents or his aunt and uncle. And when David and I moved in together, we were like, you know what, you can come celebrate Christmas with us. So you don't have to, you know, do all the catering and hosting and whatever. And I think that's the first time in I don't know how many years that, you know, they didn't have to host. And they said it was actually kind of nice. And it's kind of funny because whenever I talk to people my age, even back then, they were like, wait, you're hosting Christmas? And I was like, yeah, why? Oh, that is what my parents or their generation is doing. I'm like, well, aren't you supposed to take over? I mean, you're having your own families now, and your parents and in-laws are getting older. Aren't you supposed to take over? Oh, I'm absolutely not ready for that. It's not something that you get ready for. It's something you do. But I don't know how to make the duck or the goose or whatever. And I'm like, can you make a chicken? Can you make a roast chicken? Yes. Well, then you can make a duck or a goose. No, it's not that hard. I mean, come on, people. Come on. It's kind of fun. It takes forever to prepare a duck or a goose because I need to plug out all these excess feathers that the robot doesn't really do. I mean, it's a robot nowadays that is plucking the birds, and they kind of leave some of them. So I'm spending like forever to clean up that bird. But it's so easy. I mean, hello. Clean the bird, wash it out, peel some apples, cut them in pieces, take some oranges and peel those and cut them in pieces. And then you take prunes, mix it all together with salt and pepper, and then you take a whole lot of salt and pepper and grind, you know, put it all over the bird inside and outside, and then you put the stuffing in, close up the bird, and put it in the oven. You know, it isn't that hard. And then, you know, I bathe it, you know, open the oven and pour it with the water that is under it. I do that every 20 minutes to make the skin crisp and everything, and the bird won't dry out. And it takes, I don't know, about 4 hours or something. And basically, I'm sitting close by with my knitting or whatever. And yeah, I mean, it isn't that hard. But apparently, I mean, how old was I the first time we spent we had Christmas in our house, I was 20, 26, 26, 27? No, 26. And it was amazing. We had a great time. Or was it 27? Did we had Christmas 2 years in a row? I can't remember. I remember we had Christmas at our place in the apartment the year before we got married. And David's uncle had his mother there because he had moved to town. Yeah, so that was 6, which means I was 27. Did we have it to anywho? Yeah, because that was the last big time we saw her. She was invited to our wedding, and she had said she would love to come, but she died a few months before. She just, went to take a nap and didn't wake up. That is the perfect way to go. It was sad, and even though she wasn't really related by blood, it's the mother of David's uncle, and I cared about her very, very much. She was an amazing woman. And yeah, she was an elderly woman. She wasn't, I don't know, new or whatever. But she was kind, and she was sweet, and to me she was family. Well, to us she was family, because it's David's uncle's mom, and they didn't have a very big family. So yeah, she was family, and I liked her a lot, and I was sad she died. But yeah, that's many years ago. But that was around that time we started having Christmases. And we did try in the beginning, to invite both my side of the family and David's side of the family. But in the beginning, it didn't go very, very well. They were just very, very different. We did do it again later, and that went kind of better. But it was never, one of those merrily joining of families, because both sides of the family had too much damage, really. There were too much trauma, and people were kind of triggering each other. But yeah, we did have, I can't remember, what was that, the year before my father-in-law died, or was it the year he did die, where we did have a joint Christmas with my side of the family. That was actually good. People had fun. Nobody was angry at anybody. Just a good evening. But yeah, it was good. I have been calling it the drunken Christmas, because I don't think anybody was really, really, bad drunk. There was just a lot of beer and stuff involved, and I was like, damn, we weren't that many people, and do you know how much people was drinking beer? So I was teasing them for the longest time that the reason everybody got along is because everybody was drunk. I don't drink, so it's easy for me to say. And I need to tease people, right? I need to. Anywho, I have been yabbing on for about an hour now. Sorry. And yeah, I think this is about it. Otherwise, you will have to listen to my horrible voice for I don't know how long. But I hope you enjoyed this Wip Chat. And please don't forget to like this video, give a thumbs up, and tell me down in the comment field how you like Tim's music, what we were doing while listening to this, and how you're doing. All the stuff, I'm a nosy. And yeah, I will see you all in my next video. Bye, everybody. Bye. Love you.